What's up guys, Subzeric here. If you're watching this video, that means I am probably on a plane right now to Las Vegas for the TFT Vegas Open, but I want to give you guys some videos to watch while I'm gone, so I'm going to pre-record some of these VOD reviews of some high elo players' gameplay. Sadly, a lot of high elo players are turning off their VODs. Like Setsuko hasn't posted his VODs in a while. For everyone who was like, oh man, I wanted to see a Setsuko VOD. Look, man, this guy should turn his freaking VODs on. In any case, this is a dish soap VOD. Wow, he really held the... I think he... I mean, I'd be curious. I don't think he wanted to hold the Vi over Tark pair there. Or maybe he values... No, I mean, there's no way. Unless he really thinks Vi is a potential unit that you might get in here. But I think that's a mistake. In any case... This is the new patch. This is Dish Soap's take on the new patch. The new patch has shaken things up a ton in the meta right now. Let's look at first augment here. Okay, first of all, switching gears. I liked this augment in PvE, but looking at the stats, it's actually untakeable. And I mean, if you think about it a little bit, like the chance of this giving you a good amount of gold is pretty low. All of these are close to untakeable, I would say. Silver Ticket, very bad unless you want to play like a Yasuo reroll angle from this spot, and I don't think you really do with these items. Pandora's might like bail your items out a little bit, but you already have like Sunfire plus tier. The problem is just that like this tier, like from your opener, from Dish Soap's opener, he really wants to be playing into something like a Zed, Viego, Akali, like these AD bruiser type assassin units. So I assume we're gonna reroll these two first, and then we'll see where we go from there. Stimpack, Youngwell, and Free. Youngwell and Free has actually been and at Vegas, I will not be able to look at stats, so I should get all the stats out of my system right now. Looking at them, what do the stats actually say on Youngwell and Free? Because they finally bug fixed it, where it actually gives the gold now. Youngwell and Free a 4.98 here. I think you would only ever take it if you're confident you could win streak. I mean, you could go Stimpack to maybe like help your components out, but like, I mean, actually the stats on Stimpack don't look terrible. So I guess you just reroll Pandora's and go Stimpack if you have to. You can easily play for Lost Streak from this spot. But yeah, the other option would just be Pandora's. I don't hate a Sunfire Slam here. The problem is just it doesn't make sense for like Yasuo board. You'd have to put it on like Kennen or something. He just takes Pandora's. Okay, I think Dish is really a Pandora's enjoyer. I feel like every time I see this guy playing, he really likes playing into this Pandora's item, or this Pandora's augment. The stats don't look amazing on it, but you know, it's not bad. And wow, he actually, yeah, he wants to play this Vi2 here. So he ends up playing the Vi2 over like potentially an extra Guardian in the Taric, because Vi actually will potentially kill some units, which I think, I mean, is really important. It's also armor shred for this this Yasuo. Like we barely didn't. Oh no, we did kill the Eve. Wait, are we fighting level 5? Yeah, we are fighting level 5 at 2-1. That's interesting. For true damage here, you would just have to probably end up dropping out of the Vi, but I think this is going to do more damage than playing Vi. I would think. You could also drop out of Guardian. Looks like he's just going to play neither and just play the Vi2. He thinks it's a bigger upgrade because his units aren't doing enough damage yet. Doesn't really have a slam yet here. I assume he's going for like Hodge. I feel like, and yeah, he's actually considering holding on to this sword for potential like Edge of Night, i.e. Which are both like really good items. Probably Edge of Night. I think Dish Soap is someone who prioritizes Edge of Night very highly, and I think, you know, most very strong players do. He's much more of an Edge of Night enjoyer than I think. I don't know. I was in the last video talking about like Titans, and I was actually watching Dish Soap. Oh yeah, it can also be BT, but then what does his tier become? You can also just go BT Hodge, I guess. But yeah, I was watching Dish Soap and he was talking about how much he really dislikes Titans, because if you look at like the stats that Titans gives you for what you're, you know, committing to building it, it looks really bad. And I think, I mean, especially on a unit like Zed, like on Zed, I think Titans is pretty mediocre. I really like Titans on units like Yone. It's just like once Yone gets like stacking up and you get the full Titans, I feel like it goes crazy. But on someone like Zed, I can absolutely see it. All right, off carousel here, we would have really liked to take that Echo just for the unit. We could take the Katarina for just Glove here. You could just take a belt if you want to go frontline item, but I feel like frontline item is just really unimportant. I guess this is Edgelord, but you don't really care about Edgelord, I would say. Like, you could just go BT Hodge as your items. What else would we ever make out of the tier? I mean, nothing here, right? I wouldn't think so. I don't think we're going, like, Vow or anything. You could also just take 3 cost for 3 cost, because you have Pandora's. I like taking, like, Glove in a spot like this, though. Yeah. Just because, like, you're paying 1 gold to get your item now. We're on a 2 streak already. If we can 4 streak here, that's amazing. But even if it just saves us some HP, I would certainly pay 1 gold here to like have a better, like to be able to streak. The other thing is that we are in the item payout galaxy. So it's actually really nice that like building this allows us to make 2 gold. So like being able to slam it is actually worth 2 gold, and like we end up paying 1 gold for it. So that's a profit. Quick maths of 1 gold. Even though looks actually, oh no, we got this fight. Yeah, Kennen's a beast here. Kennen just absolutely destroys you. You don't get to make 20 here, sadly, but as long as we win the next fight, things are okay. Ooh. Okay, this is actually a really interesting shop. Like, there's obviously, like, a lot of stuff going on here. Not only is there the 4th Guardian, the Nico, who would just be better than this. You could play it over true damage. This is Katarina too. The problem with Katarina 2 here is that it basically stops you from making 20, and I don't think it actually improves your board that much. So I assume we buy the Nico, play it over this, and then just sell this stuff to make gold. I would be kind of surprised if we make Katarina 2. You do often want to hold Katarina, because, like, if this ends up being a Yone game, you really want Katarina for that Yone. So... tell me what you guys think about me pausing more. I know some people have been, oh, he will play the Katarina. Okay, so yeah, he is actually just gonna play the Katarina over Guardian here. But like, you can't make gold now, right? Yeah, you can't. I mean, you could make 20. You just have to sell Nico and win. But we might, I don't know. I mean, Katarina does add healing reduction to this board. I'm surprised he plays the cat here because it denies making 20. But I mean, 4 streak is definitely worth a lot of gold here. Wow, and maybe Katarina swung that fight. I'm not sure. I mean, she definitely did some amount. How much damage did Katarina do in that fight? This is a cool play. I think like knowing when 1200, knowing when to do this and when not to do this, I think is like insanely important. Even, yeah, I do think, I mean, you can hold the double Samira pair. There's no reason not to. And like you have Katarina 2 here, actually. That's kind of wild. He randomly has Katarina double Samira. Like if he gets dropped an Urgot or something, like there's no reason why we can't just play a country roll game from this spot. I mean, there's Vex. Yeah, he's certainly thinking about, but yeah, I think you have to sell. I think you have to sell for sure. Because like, yes, playing country roll is nice. But I would not pay an entire gold for the option of playing country roll from this spot with no country chosen, with no Thomas Kench. So yeah, he's rerolling this glove here. Just probably looking for Edge of Night, I would think. But we'll see. Big Shot Corki here, I think, is kind of, I mean, he's a great unit, but I don't like him here. So I assume we're not going to play this. And he makes a Divine Sunder. Wait, that's not what this augment is called. Isn't that an item in League? But what is this item called? Evan's Shroud. Well, I think because it sunders, I was like Divine Sunderer. The Shroud of Evan. We fighting, it's just a level 6 port on 3-1. Man, Dish, I feel like I watched Dish show up this stream, and like every game, he's just fighting the highest level guy on every single, like, some days are just not your days in TFT. And like this day, matchmaking wise, was not Dish soaps, but of course he still averages a 2.9 because he's a beast. But it's so funny. Also, for the person who told me I was covering the traits, I'm not covering the traits, man. Not today. Wow, not today. So good in this spot. Just gives the edge. I'm pretty sure he ripped that without even look. Oh no, he looked at the other options, yeah. But not today. I mean, just perfect here, right? The perfect third item, and you can make more Edge of Nights later. I'm pretty sure the stats don't love this augment. Ooh, a roll here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't even expect this, but he rolls in this spot. He rolls here with no pairs. And it's not like he's open selling Yasuo. He rolls here. He has no streak. I'm shocked that he rolls here, actually. What's the thinking behind this roll? I mean, he hits a random Kale too. That, I mean, like, I guess you could play Edgelord, yeah, and you have Crowd Diver. You have the Katarina too now. I mean, like, okay, so thinking about this more in hindsight, like, he's probably pretty confident that he's gonna end up playing around Yone or just Crowd Divers in general this game. So making the Katarina too, like, with that in hindsight, actually like makes a lot more sense. Yeah, the stats say not today is like fine, not amazing, but I feel like this is an augment that's gonna be very high. Like, this definitely feels like a patch where not today should be very, very, very high prio. Yeah, like, I don't know, I'm doing more pausing. I know some people, I mean, you can never make everybody happy. Like, I know some people will probably be like, oh, you're pausing too much, veg. But like, you know, I don't know what to do. There's the Echo here over a Mumu, so it's 4 true damage over Guardian here. I could see it, certainly. He thinks he has enough frontline with like the cannon too and stuff like that. And like, this will increase the damage of cannon, obviously increase the damage of Yasuo. Question is, when do you pivot out of this Yasuo chosen? This is like the burning question, I feel like, this set. Like, he can't 3-5 it because of where his gold's at, because he rolled, and because he made this Katarina too. He's like a little bit poorer than you would normally be in this spot if you had just made econ every round. So either we 4-1 it or we 4-2 it. Probably can't really afford to 4-2 it, so it's either 4-1, roll on 7, or 4-5, Really just depends on how these fights go. Item-wise here, I mean, you can just take Echo Pair, right? Though, like, you don't necessarily need Echo later for the board that you're going to play. I mean, item-wise, these are his options now. You can take one of the Chain Vests. You can just take a 4-cost Chain, I would think. And the Echo's gone, so yeah, I mean, you just take 4-cost Chain. If you can't get this, you probably just take the other Chain. He's gonna go Bow? Wow, okay. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Maybe for some kind of Titans? So what else do you want to make out of Bow? You can make, like, LW out of Bow. Or maybe he just wanted the unit. No, he wants the Bow. He wants the Bow for sure. Like, maybe he wanted a Aphelios? I was thinking, but not the case. I mean, like, I don't know. Getting whatchamacallit in Heartsteel in this late is a little dubious. But as you can see, like, fights like this are when you can actively see our 1-cost chosen starting to fall off. The question is, like, when do we pivot out of it? Because playing it, I mean, you have to pivot out at 4-1, right? Or 4-2. Oh. Zed is, like, the best 4-cost 1-star to find this stage, right? I would think so. Yeah, I was about to say, like, look at the discipline. He's not even pivoting items to Zed, but, like, I would pivot items to Zed in a heartbeat. I'm pretty sure he's 10 times better than this Yasuo, and he allows you to find a chosen on next round. Like, not only does your board get stronger, okay, and he's looking for the Eve immediately, because he knows he's likely going to play a Crowd Diver game this game, if he has the ability to, and I mean, he probably does. He has a Zed already. Heartsteel Aphelios here. Is this, as a certain streamer would say, is this a cop? Because you can play Hearts, you have to play it for so long, though. You have to play it until 4 or 5. Like, surely not, right? But, like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. Because, like, you probably want frontline chosen here. Yeah, he needs those guys. He already has Kale to actually, like, build out his board. Doesn't need a lot of this stuff. Finds a chain. So he's not looking at... He could have made Titans there. He's not looking at Titans. Maybe he is looking at LW. Oh, honestly? Like, Garen's not even that bad. You can't fit 4 Sentinel in here, right? You cannot. But, like, Garen's not terrible. I wonder if you ever play this Garen and then just keep it in for 3 rounds. Like, is your board okay enough if you just play Garen here? You really need, like, Echo, too, to be, like, happy about this stage. Like, you have a lot to roll for, actually. The question is, do you buy Garen and roll, or do you roll and then, like, just skip over Garen? Because I want to roll here, I might skip this Garen. Curious to see what he takes here, because you can't get 4 costs, you know? We're level 7. He's going to not roll and buy the Garen. Okay. So, yeah, he does think this stabilizes board enough. This board, yeah, you have to get Edgelord in. He's going to move the, I forgot what this thing was called again, Evan's Shroud. Just play 4 Crowd Diver, and yeah, he thinks this board's good enough for this stage, which, like, it's a little dicey. 69 HP. Maybe Zed just carries this board, but obviously, like, can we rotate into someone who's hit 2-star 4 cost? Like, we're gonna get a bit pounded by them, but that's okay. That's not so bad. Augment here, all right. Pause it up again. I think it really makes sense to pause for these kind of things. I mean, roll. LDP would be broken in this comp, right? It's just that LDP is not very good. Like, I've been skipping this. 4.4, it's actually, whoa, I should probably take this augment more. Like, the stats say it's actually fine here. Maybe you should take it then. I mean, like, stationary support, I like a lot. The problem is, like, you end up with so many frontliners in this comp. I mean, stationary is broken. Yeah, he's just gonna ankle stationary. Support cash is really good too. But he's just gonna, ooh. I kind of hate this one, the dummy with the thing. And he's opting to 4-2 it. He's a little broke here, but he doesn't need to find anything crazy. He just needs to find good enough. I don't think Urgot's good enough. Honestly, this is potentially good enough for now. You want to keep rolling, but, like, I would probably buy this and hold it for 2 rounds. She's just a beast. You take this Puffy just because she's broken. And Steadfast Heart is a very good tank item. And then he's just trying to figure out what to play on his board. Because he doesn't have Edgelord anymore. Oh, wait, no, he's just got Yasuo. I mean, surely it's just Yasuo, right? Does he play Heartsteel here? I mean, I guess Edgelord doesn't actually matter on this board, now that I think about it. You're playing around this right now. When he's going to backline it. Wow. I mean, it is a dummy. The problem is just, like, this dummy's never going to tank for you now. This board, I mean, like, Crowd Diver and this, like, both are, like, they both want to scale up in fight duration, right? Like, Crowd Diver wants you to play for long fights. The dummy, the Ascension, makes you want to play for long fights. The problem is that, like, these Crowd Divers don't exactly, like, always play for long fights. Like, they can just either, you know, burn through frontline really quickly or die really quickly, so it's kind of tough. Another Yone here is good. But yeah, it's been really cool to see how he has piloted this this mid game. I feel like this is like I think this is one of the hardest parts of the entire set. Yeah, like I've been realizing here that you can just fit Zac into the board. Like you don't need Edgelord on this board right now. You need it for later. That's why he's not like selling Kale or anything. Like you definitely want Edgelord once Viego comes in, but just making this pivot, I mean, it makes so much sense, right? This is just good TFT. Just thinking critically about what units actually do on your board. What does Kale do on our board right now? Absolutely nothing. We were playing her because we thought we were going to play her for later, but we don't need to play her right now whatsoever. Some scouting here, seeing how contested he is. Like this person's definitely holding a lot of units that are going to be annoying for him. His glove open. You can start going for duo carry items, like another Hodge. You go for Edge of Night component. I don't assume we want another, but he really is looking at this bow. And we ended up, we have this bow here. Oh, does he want red buff? I don't really know what you do with red buff in this comp. I've built it. Oh, Alawi. I mean, surely you just play Alawi over this. He does want red buff. Okay. Yeah, losing EDM, but like EDM's a joke. He's just gonna put on Ezreal now, who's an awesome holder of it. Okay. We can't, I would say, go 9 from this position. I guess only time will tell. I would be very uncomfortable about trying to go 9 from this spot. I would chill for these next 2 fights because our board's okay enough and we have no like immediate pairs to roll for. If I had like Zed pair here, I would consider rolling in a spot like this. But yeah, like our board is like fine, but not insane. Though, oh my god, this Zed did 10,000, almost 11,000 damage. Maybe we can just go 9. What the fuck? The Zed unit's insane. What a cool, and he's put together the Heartsteel. Like once he gets Heartsteel cash, maybe this is just a 9. Wow. But it's really scary, I think, especially this patch, to not build your board out more on 8s before you go 9. Like it's terrifying. Because if you don't build your board out on 8 before you go 9, you need a lot of gold. Like I don't think we can fast 9 realistically from this spot. I guess we'll see. My god, there's no way he won another fight. He's on a 4 streak with this board on Z1. This unit is just not normally. Gets his cash out here. He gets a random set too. Not bad. He's gonna hold on to this belt for potential like Warmogs for Poppy, something like that. But yeah, I mean his items are excellent. His augments are excellent. Maybe you can actually go 9 here. I would be surprised. I don't know. Yeah. Like the TG actually looks kind of good. I sort of like ran out of mental time there. And he's just gonna make redemption because he wants to make something there. But yeah, I mean like, all right. I mean, at this point we're 58 HP. I guess you sack a couple. Like you could go 9 next round. The problem is you're not gonna have enough gold to roll. So you could like maybe do the classic like go 9 and then just sit for like a round. If you go like you can't really open sell Poppy. My god, this board is so good. Like it's actually the Ascension has actually done a ton of work with this like Poppy. Like the fact that he's win streaking here, I feel like is so nuts on just like a Z1. All right, so yeah, I like the level and sit here. I'm curious how much he rolls, if at all here. He is gonna start rolling. He's just a little broke to roll here. Obviously that was an amazing shot though. Yeah, and he's just gonna pivot. You can he even still has Heartsteel in. You can potentially move red buff. Oh, he's gonna put it on Yorick. I kind of like it on Kayn. The problem is Kayn just like dies. But he does like, you know, slash and apply it to a bunch of people. But yeah, he's just gonna drop it onto Yorick here. Poppy is still doing, man, this Poppy unit is so, it's not just that this Zed has carried him. Obviously the Zed has carried him though. But it's also this Poppy, also this Edge of Night has carried him really hard. I feel like all of this confluence of factors has allowed him to go fast 9 in this spot. But yeah, you see this, like he's rolling on 9 here, but he hasn't actually like made the decision to open sell the Poppy yet, because Poppy is so much of his board right now. Like you have to roll, but not open sell here. And it looks like at this point, yeah, he's giving up on the Edgelords. He's saying like, okay, I'm just gonna play this board. Maybe 6 Crowd Diver, we'll see, but he doesn't even care about the Kale anymore. I guess because he already has the yeah, he even thought for a second about selling that Evelyn there and giving up on 6 Crowd Diver potentially. But yeah, the scary thing about this to me is that we're like still low gold. We still have a ton of upgrades to find. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find them. I mean, these don't look amazing. He's looking at emo spat. I mean, emo spat for Poppy, but she's emo chosen already. I guess you could reroll this spat, but yeah, he's just gonna put that over there. All right, Scene 2. And he is just going to move items over to him, looks like. I think makes sense. And then, yeah, he's going to pivot into this board, actually. Get Penta in, because I feel like Penta is so crucial. in these late game boards. Yeah, I probably should have paused there actually to become my new pausing person. But yeah, he moves items over to Kane there, which I think is very natural in a spot like this. You even hold on to the second Zed if you really want to. And we're actually playing Kane carry, which I think a lot of people have struggled with knowing how to play the set. All right, Iana 2 is huge here. Extra item. We don't have true damage in for her, right? Which is a little bit sad, but it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world if we don't farm some components, especially this late into the game. Finds a Yone too. But yeah, I really think, like, the discipline to not sell Poppy, which I think a lot of people who are like still trying to figure out this set would be like, oh, I have to sell Poppy here because I'm pivoting for 5 cost chosen. But the problem is just if you sell Poppy and you miss, like your game is just kind of over. But instead, he's like kept this stable core of the Poppy on his board, and he just gets to play around everything here. Like, it's so good. And this is a pretty cool board actually. You know, like you're playing some of like the more standard packages. Like, you know, like this little package of units here, and like this package of units here, and then you just get Edgelord in really easily, and then you add the Gnar and this for, it's actually like 4 Mosher, which is kind of wild. The 3 Emo's a little bit sad, but it's okay. It is so wild. I'm curious about this Sona that he's holding on to, by the way, that he's interested in playing. He's looking to see if there's anyone who is like, I would think, trying to deny him, or him deny them. Yeah, I think Titan's York is very, very good here. Sorry for not pausing, but look, I'll get better at the pause. I also don't want all the videos to end up being like, because this video is already 20 minutes long, and like we still got some more game to go. I don't want all the videos to end up being like 30 minutes long, because that's a lot. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about the pausing, because I'm sure some people will be like, oh, now he's pausing, cringe, because I used to pause more. We're gonna finally take a loss here to, I was talking about pausing, so I didn't even see. Was that current business account? I guess it probably is with the HP that everyone's at. He really wants to find like a York too here, but it's so tough to find in a spot like this. And you could think about selling Poppy and like shooting for the moon, but the problem is what's better than Poppy here? Like, I guess you could find Chosen York, but there's already 3 out of the pool with this guy. I don't know how many more out of the pool. Like, there are not that many left in the pool to find. Like, oftentimes on these late game boards, I feel like you have to settle for something like a Poppy here, and it's fine. You know, you can usually go like top 2 on Poppy, but like the problem is like actually capping out your board enough to win. And he is gonna sell it here. Okay, finds a Jhin with no mana item, finds a Poppy again. But yeah, I think this is a cool play where he just sort of has to shoot for the moon here. He knows that he's getting outcapped by this player. He's 29 HP, and he says, okay, fuck it. Like, I have to do this. I'm not going to outcap this Ziggs player with a Poppy on my board, so I'm just going to roll here and try to find something better. And, like, obviously, I'm going to get kind of pounded here. But hopefully I can just find something I can play. Oh, he's rerolling all these items as well. I don't know if he means to do that, because that's, like, all of our tank stats gone. But maybe he wants to once again, like, sort of Hail Mary for something better. Like, he was doing something with his items. Ooh, he found a tome off the true damage emblem? The true damage Akali? Finds Poppy again? Like, it's just so hard. Oh, wait, he finds Crowd Diver Zed here, but he's no longer holding onto Crowd Divers. I mean, this is probably the best thing that he could hope to find here, is just Crowd Diver Zed. True damage Crowd Diver Zed. But is this enough to swing the fight? It does not look like it. A tough finish to the game, but absolutely really well played from Dish. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thank you.